So I told her this is what she would do, and the buyer said, you know what, I don't like it. Yeah. No. Yeah, unfortunate. Then it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Hello. Oh. Oh, no. Right in here. Well, you can bring your stuff in if you want. You can see it, you can see. Do that, it won't be full, so.
Yeah, you just call them and ask them for a declaration page.
Oh, and here's, which I could, did I send you the copy of it the other day for the other two?
You did.
Okay, sorry, I already sent you
Those, yeah.
those. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, you give them the office, and you're covered. Yeah.
I think our last meeting, I maybe only signed it too.
All right.
All right.
Just sign in this one.
Yeah,
Where you said it's Marbles.
here in the center.
I like your shoes.
If they not take them, but I don't know if they give you two emails, if they'll give you two emails. Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, you'll want to ask the office about that. Yeah. It's chilly in here.
It's
Chilly in here.
hot. I don't belong to sleeping all the time.
Oh.
Oh, my.
You're gonna go to KW South.
Okay.
And the password is capital SELL, capital SELL -19. You're on.
What's that for?
The KW Wi-Fi.
Oh, right. Okay, it's here today.
Who's here today?
Okay,
Okay.
first name begin with K.
First.
She wasn't signed in yet.
Oh.
I wouldn't. I just find me.
Anybody want chocolate? I
I just went and got me some because I needed.
got M&Ms, I got Reese's, and I got
Oh,
Mounds.
I'll take the research. Cause I know, I know I've already got something.
Have you ever had these frozen?
I have not.
They're awesome frozen.
Oh, I thought you had Reese's Pieces. Oh, okay. Okay.
You don't want, Lisa, peanut butter cup? You do or you don't want?
Let's trade it for minutes.
No.
What's my own?
There you go. Chocolate?
I'm okay.
Okay. Well, no, you may disagree after we get into the class. Christine, chocolate?
Thank you.
Okay. I have my piece. Oh. I believe in the French saying. You're supposed to have something sweet to eat after you eat. Of course, it's not helping my weight loss thing, but you know.
You said cell dash 19, right?
Cell -19. Capital S.
Or supposed to have
ELL, capital S.
Oh, just capital. Just the
Both the S's are capital.
Okay, do we need that?
No.
Okay.
I don't think you need chocolate. Okay. So we're gonna talk about lead gen today. Which we kind of talked about lead gen on, what was the last day that we
Whatever day
saw?
that was, a long time ago, huh?
Yeah. What was the last day, the time that
Long
we,
time ago.
I think it was Tuesday.
Yes, ma'am, I think so.
Yeah. And on Tuesday. Oh, no, not one.
I'm doing that, the one was this. I know you. Much, Maria will be here, she'll need one. She just, she thinks she can use that one.
Okay.
She's running a little late. Either way.
On Tuesday, we talked about the funnel. On how we go and get our business and how we feed the funnel. I'll try to clean up my board so that I can write on it some more. Because that's what I do. Oh. And Andy wrote on here, and he's taller than me,
Get you a step stool.
You reached it.
so I can fall off of
Good
it.
job. No.
That can happen.
It's happened to me before,
I could just fall off of it.
because see, I'm short. How tall are you?
Oh, between 5'1" and 5'2".
I'm 5'2" and 3/4.
Well,
Not really.
So on Tuesday, we talked about leads and how we have to have the funnel, okay? And today we're gonna talk about how we get the first part of the funnel. And how that leads into the rest of it. So there's a lot of different ways that we can go about getting leads. You know, you can work your sphere of influence, which is the #1 way. If you have 1,920 people in your database, contact database, you should be able to make $100,000 easily. Just by talking.
1,000? I
Huh?
thought it was 100 contacts got you 100,000. Man, I'm disappointed now.
1,920 will get you $100,000 per year. The other way is you can do open houses. You can, do work expired, you can work for sale by owners, you can, do some door knocking. You can farm specific neighborhoods. And when I say farm specific neighborhoods, I usually tell you to start, with your neighborhood that you live in. So you want to be the expert at that. So there's a lot of different ways that you can go out and lead generate. Wear your name badge everywhere you go. I only see one person with their name badge on. Okay. And what I'm gonna say is everything that we start doing today, we don't get immediate response. Okay, so just because I talk to somebody today does not mean they're gonna close in the next 2 weeks. Unless they're a cash buyer. Okay, so we need to be lead generating so that we can get paid 45 days out. Normal contract is usually 30 to 45 days, okay, if you have a loan. So what you're doing right now is going to pay off in March. Okay, so you have to show up. You have to work it. Okay, you're not gonna get business by not working it and not lead generating. We have to be on our A game all the time. Everything that we do is to go out and get leads. I want everybody in this room to not have to go get a job. Okay, and if you are working it, and you are lead generating, and you have 1,920 people in your contact database, and you're feeding it every single day, you can make $100,000 a year, easy. Okay? Peace, got it?
Piece.
Got it. And those of you that need to stick your hand out and have me smack it, I will do that for you.
So, I answered my own question over here.
Awesome.
I did, that's it just happened like that, sometimes, doesn't happen very often.
Okay, so like we talked about on Tuesday, you guys are lead generation machines, okay? And a lot of times I get I don't know what to say, I have no idea what to say to these people when I call them. And if you guys turn in your packets, on page 9,
That's from the last set you gave us, right? Or is it-
well, it's in this set too.
Okay.
Page 9, 10, and 11.
Oh.
Hey, Jan, can you go in my office and on the back credenza, on the white credenza? There is a script manual. Can you make me 5 copies of that, please? Jan?
I'm sure she.
She's usually always.
I think I hear her talking, I hear somebody.
Okay, she must not be in my office. We'll get copies of it. I actually have a pamphlet of scripts.
Good, because I've been
Uh,
searching everywhere and I couldn't find any real good ones.
And also know that outside the door here, I have notebooks. You cannot take the notebook home with you.
Mhm.
This is the notebook for working with sellers and all the scripts.
Howdy do.
And this is the notebook for working with buyers.
Cause I was trying to find them and on our website, some, I was having trouble, but that's great.
Yeah, so we have,
Yeah,
do not take the books home with you. You are more than welcome to go through the books in the office, make copies of whatever it is that you need or want. We also have the pamphlet that I will give you of all the scripts that come out of the Ignite program, okay? So on page 9, 10, and 11, you're gonna see some scripts that you can use. And I'm gonna, probably tell you to use 10 and 11. 9 is to get referrals, so if you wanna build a referral business, do know that anybody that you do know that says, oh, I wanna go buy a house in Kansas City, or I wanna buy a house in Wichita, or I wanna buy a house in Illinois, you can contact another agent and you get 25% if you get a signed referral for picking up the phone and making a phone call. Okay, so it's an easy way to make money. So just because a lot of people tell me, well, Monica, I moved here and I don't know anybody here. And I don't want to call anybody on my phone because, they live in Illinois. Well, you can call them in Illinois and they can say, Marie, I'm thinking about selling my house. And you as Maria can say, let me help you find an agent, okay? Most people wanna work with agents that are referred, okay? You can make money just by referring them. So if you're in Illinois or Victoria, you're from St. Louis, I know that. You need to have a referral agent up in St. Louis that is willing to work with you to be able to say, hey, and I thought is your sister?
She's a mortgage broker.
Okay. So you need to find an agent up there so you can call them and say, hey, I got this client. And are you gonna take care of my client? Okay, do the interview process before.
Yeah.
Okay, and find that agent that is going to work with them. I will say if you have a referral in the Kansas City area, please let me know and I will give you Clarissa's phone number. Okay, so I can't tell you all the commissions that I do for this office for different agents from her, so she does pay referrals.
So do we need to ask when we're hunting for an agent, like in our hometown and we're not there for referrals? Do we need to ask them how much would be the referral that they would give, or is it automatically across the board 25%?
The standard is 25%.
But I still need to ask them, correct?
Normally I say, would you be willing to take this client for a 25% referral?
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know that I would necessarily give them an option. I would be kind of, this is what I'm willing to give you this client for.
Okay, That's what I was going
And if you wanna do 15%, let me go find a different agent
Mhm.
that is willing to take it for 25%. Because that agent would not have that business if it wasn't for you.
right.
Okay?
And you're getting 75%, that's pretty good. It's not 50-50.
Yeah, and depending on the price of it. you know.
Yeah.
So if you have anybody in Kansas City, please let me know, and I will get you Clarissa's phone number. The scripts, you guys learned the scripts. It makes it so much easier, and you guys will hear me spit out scripts all the time. Hey, this is Monica Skinner with Keller Williams Trailers. I was just calling to check up with you, see how things are going. Do you know anybody that wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? The script. I just got it down. Don't practice on your clients, so.
But we could buddy up with another agent in here if they want to help do some role playing.
And I completely suggest that you do that, okay? The other thing that I will tell you is when you get ready to go lead generate and you're a new agent. I have the scripts, they just roll off my tongue, okay? I've been doing this for a long time. But what I suggest when you start out is you're going to start out calling one type of person a day. Okay, so I'm gonna call everybody I know on Mondays. It's gonna be the same script,
Mhm.
okay? Tuesdays, I'm gonna flip over to maybe vendors. Okay, cause you guys are all gonna need an HVAC person, oh my God, my brain just went.
Electrician.
You're gonna need a HVAC person, electrician, a plumber, a handyman, a painter, everybody, okay? And like we talked on Tuesday, remember, real estate drives the economy. Okay, and people are gonna call you and say, hey, do you know vet? Hey, do you know electrician? Hey, do you know, okay? So you're gonna wanna call these vendors. And you're gonna want to establish a relationship with them, okay? And it's pretty easy. Hey, Ken, this is Monica Skinner with Keller Williams Trailers. Hey, I'm looking for an electrician in the area that will take care of, my clients, and I wanna refer them to you. Would you be a preferred vendor for me?
Oh, absolutely. That's a great offer.
Okay, if they don't say that, hang up and call somebody else.
Right, because they
Okay.
really appreciate it.
Most vendors want the business, okay? And if I send these guys to you, you're gonna take really good care of them, okay? And I don't need to worry about any of that. It's that easy. Okay? You just have to call them and establish that relationship.
So do you just do a search for them in the area and then start calling? Is that how you come up with them?
A lot of times they'll be referred to you. And then you will, you know, you.
You still introduce yourself to them.
Yeah, you still want to introduce yourself, or it may be word of mouth.
Where do we get them referred to us at? Cause like inspectors, I was, you know,
Inspectors,
yeah, and stuff like, that's gonna be one of the things that,
we do have, different vendors out here on the wall.
okay,
So when you walk into the break room, there's a whole thing
okay,
of vendors.
okay.
So, you know,
That's good stuff.
inspectors, I know we use Gingles a lot. Alex comes highly recommended. He actually worked up in Kansas City and now he has moved down here and does them. He's very thorough.
Ingles, you said?
Gingles. His name is Alex and his card is out there. You do want to have 3 inspectors. Okay, you do want to have 3 mortgage people. So,
So 3 of all of them.
preferably, yes, but get started with somebody. Okay, so Tuesday, we're gonna make vendor calls. We're gonna call vendors. We're gonna see if we can get them on our preferred list. Okay, and the conversation also goes, and Kim, if you know anybody that wants to buy or sell real estate, will you please refer them to me?
Right.
Okay, so we do want to do that. We're not gonna ask for a discount or anything like that. We just want to make sure our clients are taken care of. You don't want to go with the highest person in the area, somebody reasonable.
Now, do you ask them about their rates or anything? I mean,
Sometimes, yes, I do.
What do you
I have a
mean sometimes?
conversation.
What's the difference?
If I know what their rates are, then I'm probably
Okay.
not gonna have that conversation.
So if you know.
So, and if you guys need anybody, everybody's on the private Facebook page,
No.
correct? You can always go on our private Facebook page and you can say, hey, I need a plumber. Hey, I need a handyman. You know, I know Christine's husband does a lot of handyman work. Hey, I need an electrician. Hey, I need and they will recommend people to you. So the vendors are a good way to also lead generate, okay? Because a lot of times, you know, especially roofers and foundation people and painters and, because people are going to get their house ready to put on the market. See, she did hear me.
No, I didn't. I was making copies and sending it to people that are online.
Oh, okay. Well, she did hear me. Somebody told
That's
you.
her.
She went up and told,
Yeah.
So you wanna, you know, you wanna make sure that you have those vendors.
KW,
What are we doing?
they're trying to get on the private Facebook page.
I can do it after the fact, I don't have KW.
You
Is
need
it
to-
tied to a personal then?
You need to send one of us a friend request. And then if you send it to me, remind me and
I
I'll
don't know what
send you a invite.
So you can send me an invite, yeah.
I think I already have
sent
a
you a
couple times.
friend request, but you have what, sent me a friend request?
Or I've sent it.
Did I not
It's
accept
KW
it?
Trilix.
So when we get on and
Oh,
on
okay.
that one that you're talking about, is that linked to our private one too, our personal one? Or do we not? Well, I
Hey,
mean, I don't know how. that
invited you
works.
again.
You know. what I mean.
Are you Jan Sealer Davenport?
Yep, Donovan, yep.
All you're gonna do is you're gonna. click
Oh,
on
we're
the
already
link.
friends, yeah, so does that mean
So.
That means click on
Then they would
the
have to
invite
actually
site.
see my personal page.
nobody's gonna do
in my
that.
messenger?
No,
I
there's
don't
no
know.
notifications.
I know.
Okay, so Wednesdays. You might want to call expires. Okay, so,
Did you say Wednesday?
Wednesdays?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm giving you, I don't want you guys to call everybody, every single, you know, the whole array.
Right.
Okay, I want you to focus on one type of person in the beginning until you get the script down, because it's gonna be the same call every time you call them. Okay, it makes it real easy. And you'll get your script down, and then the next day, call a different set of people. And then the next day, call a different set of people, okay? Now, I will say that Thursdays are the best days to call for sale by owners. Okay, and the reason that Thursdays are the best days, Wednesdays or Thursdays, preferably Thursdays. The reason that Thursdays are the best day to call for sale by owners is because on Saturday and Sunday, they had an open house. And they had people come through. And everybody told them that they absolutely love the house and that they were thinking about buying it. So Monday, they're all excited. So if you call them on Monday, they're gonna tell you, no, I got my own thing going on. Tuesday, they still think, oh, there's hope something's gonna happen. By Wednesday, they start to get discouraged. By Thursday, they are discouraged. So Thursday is the best day to call for sale by owner, okay? Fridays used to be Fridays were actually my day to get in the car and drive around and go find for sale by owners.
Yeah, did you
When-
did you get a
Fridays?
very good business from that?
I did.
Seems like those would be problematic people because they're not wanting to use an agent to start out that way.
They think they don't want to use it.
Until they can't sell it.
Yeah, wait till you read the script, they're good.
So, and
So it depends on how long it's been for sale by owner. That's a pretty good fact.
doesn't matter.
No,
Yeah, doesn't matter to me, the longer the better anyway.
right.
But I will say that if it's a married couple, you want to work your wife. Because the wife is the one that's getting the house ready, she's the one that's showing the property. The guy, usually is I'm sorry, this is the statistic, okay? Yeah, I'm not making this up, it is the statistic. Normally a
And
for
numbers
sale
don't
by
lie.
owner is a 48-year-old male. Who thinks that they know more than you do,
Uh-huh.
and they can sell their house and they don't need,
They don't have to pay.
they don't need to do anything, okay? But if they're married, you wanna work the wife. Because the wife is the one that is getting tired, okay, cause you gotta, especially down here. If you have a vacation home or whatever, and they live up in Springfield, they gotta drive from Springfield to get down here to meet somebody to show the property. Okay, and there are things that you can do. And we talked about the subliminal messages on last Tuesday. About when you go in and you preview the house and you ask them to do things for you. That means that they are getting comfortable with using you.
Now, how do you find it
Driver in.
for sale by owner?
They do not know what to do.
Cause I don't
You
hardly
can't.
ever see for sale by owner signs out anywhere.
You know,
Oh, gosh.
I know.
Maybe I
It
just
wasn't-
don't look. Huh?
Say that again?
I don't see like for sale by owners out in front of houses for, I don't
you
recall.
can
ever
also go to fisbo.com.
seeing Bisbone.
Now, I will caution you, okay? On for sale by owners, you may drive by and there's a for sale by owner sign in the front of the house. Do go into the MLS and make sure that it is not listed with a discount broker before you start making those phone calls, okay? So I would drive around on Fridays, I would write down all my for sale by owners. I would do all my creeping on Monday and Tuesday. And what I mean by creeping is I got the address. I got the phone number. Who owns it? Who am I calling? Okay, and we can go into the tax records and get all kinds of information. So we can find out who owns it, we can find out what their mortgage was, we can find out all of those things. We can also go online, type in the address, see if they're listed with Zillow, see if they're listed with for sale by owner, the FISBO website, and find out what the price is, okay? And then on Thursday, I make a phone call. Okay, so, you know, the phone call is pretty easy. Hello, this is Monica Skinner with Keller Williams. I noticed that you had your house on the market. And I'm an active agent in this area and could possibly have some buyers that might be interested in your property. Would it be possible for me to come by and preview it?
Cause you're trying to help them.
Alright. And
What if it's by-
I'm gonna set the appointment to go see it. Now, for sale by owners can be a little bit more difficult than expireds, okay? Because they haven't had their house listed yet.
I got that answer. It's fine.
So you may have to work them a little bit more, and I put them on a fast track of an 8x8. So instead of an 8x8 taking me 8 weeks to complete, I'm basically gonna do an 8x8 in 4 weeks. So I'm gonna be contacting them twice a week. Okay, I'm gonna make a phone call, I'm gonna go visit the property, I'm gonna do a follow-up thank you card. I'm gonna start sending them emails. When I'm at the appointment with them, I'm going to ask them, do you want me to set you up on a search so that you can see what's going on in the neighborhood? They of course are not gonna tell you no. They wanna know what the neighbor's house is on the market for, okay? So I'm gonna put them on the MLS blast, I'm gonna start sending them information, I'm going to follow up with them. If I have a buyer that I can get in the house, all day, every day. And even if I don't have a buyer, I got a sister, I'm bad on it.
Or a friend. I got a husband. He goes with me.
You've been there, right?
Mhm.
You've done
Oh,
it
yeah.
too. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, my husband's not available, I got a friend, like, hey, you wanna go look at this beautiful house? And she's like,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, because then that demonstrates that you are showing the property. Okay, when I get there, I'm going to ask them questions. Have you had any showings? Have you had any offers? What kind of feedback have you received?
Now,
Would it be possible for me to get the list of people that can improve your property? What do you mean you don't have a list? You don't know who's come through your property?
Right.
Oh, you should have a list of who's coming through your property. Okay, if you do have the names and phone numbers, do you mind if I call them? And ask for feedback if they didn't give you feedback? It's not to sell the for sale by owner's house to that person. It's to get leads for buyers. Okay. You can offer to do an open house for them. You can offer to market the property for them, but do have a authorization to show before you do it.
okay, so those questions that you were just, like you're asking the for sale by owner guy or girl or whoever, are those in here too, the questions? for
Could
those
be,
for
yes.
sale?
And if they're not, they're in that book out there.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So like, if you did an open house form, about it, so then the buyer is gonna have to pay the commission, correct? Because they're not gonna want to pay the
No, I
commission.
have an authorization to show.
They agree that.
I
So,
have an authorization to show with the seller that says that if I bring them a buyer, they're gonna pay me.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So anytime you show a for sale by owner, you have to have an authorization to show.
and then there it states that they're gonna pay the commission.
Yes. It goes in there and you agree upon, this is the list price, this is how long my authorization to show is good for, and this is what you.
So if you get one of those, it's kind of like just getting an open listing, then, right?
Oh,
No, it's not open.
Oh, well,
Open
yeah, because you
listing.
don't get it listed on.
You don't have it on MLS or anything like that. You are just able to bring buyers.
Right.
And choose property.
So is that authorization to show? Is that a 6 month like a listing would be? Is that an automatic or do we put our own in there or how much they want? Me to let me, like if they say no, only 3 months, if you haven't sold in 3 months, we're done.
Yeah, I usually go about 60 days.
Okay,
Yeah. And if I need to extend it, I will extend it. And the price is gonna be the price that they tell you. And of course, I'm gonna do comps on the house. So I know what the property's worth. That kind of stuff. Yeah. I hope you're counting all these steps that I'm making.
Maybe not, you don't want to make a step and a not, right?
Absolutely not. It's hard.
That
to
would be a
get-
bad deal now.
It's hard to get to 10,000 every day when it's cold outside. It just made me think of it as I walk back and forth on my pace. Am I actually getting my steps out?
you are.
But is it counting it? That's,
Does it
That's the
reverse when you
whole
go
thing.
backwards too, when you step?
I don't know. if it counts.
I don't know how to count
I
one.
need to check that. Okay, so we've talked about for sale by owners. We've talked about, when we get there, you guys know you're gonna knock on the door. You are going to show up on time. Okay, that is the key, that you show up on time. And you're gonna knock on the door. And you're gonna take 2 steps back. Okay, because if you're right up on the door, you could be a threat. If you take 2 steps back, you're not a threat. Okay, You're going to get into the property, you're going to let the seller know, hey, it's 1:30. We had an appointment at 1:30 and I'm here. Okay, so you're gonna let them know that because 90% of agents do not show up on time. Okay, you're going to tour the property. You're going to ask them, what made them buy the property. We're gonna ask them, did you have any showings? What was the feedback? Have you received any offers? Okay, we wanna know all that information from them. We are not going to say anything bad about the property. We're going to make a mental note of things that might be going on in the house that need to be addressed. Because normally there's something in the house that needs to be addressed. Okay, so we're gonna do all those things. We're going to do the subliminal messages. Like when we walk in the door and all the blinds are closed, could you do me a favor? Could you make sure that when you show the property that all the blinds are open so all the natural light comes in? Could you do me a favor? When you show the property, could you make sure that you open up the shower curtain so that the bathroom looks larger? Could you do me a favor? Could you go ahead and clear off some of the stuff off of the kitchen counters so that it makes the kitchen look bigger? Okay, so we're going to give them suggestions. And we are going to do it in such a way that we are providing subliminal messages that they get comfortable working with you. Okay, they consider you their agent, even though they haven't hired you yet. Okay. If you think the property's priced too high, don't attack that yet. Okay, you may walk into a house and it's actually a 350 house and they've got it on the market for 500,000. We're not gonna go, oh, baby, you're overpriced. Okay, we have to remember, he's 48 years old with an ego.
Right.
Okay, so we have to maneuver him in such a way, and we have to work the wife, because the wife is the one that's doing all the work. Okay, okay, let's talk about, expired. We'll see how much I'm missing. Let's talk about sphere of influence first, because that's first in the book. And remember, I don't go in order, but I do cover everything in there. So your sphere of influence, we kind of talked about 1,920 people in your contact database. How many of you have taken your phone and downloaded it into Command? She's back.
Well, it was making sure you're all good, but I was making copies of
Is
all
that
the
the-
stuff.
Are we all good?
Is that the book you're talking about right now, or did you give that out on number one?
She's
Just
got
the
that.
script book?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what she's bringing in. So
Okay.
are we all good? And when we're back, we're better?
Mhm. Yes, ma'am.
I was supposed to giggle at that. So have you all taken your phone and downloaded them into Command?
I did do that, because I didn't know we could do that until the last class. So I
Okay,
and I did
thank
do
you.
that.
Okay,
On
so,
that, so
so everybody in your
I'll
phone,
send you the recording.
Thank you.
everybody in your phone needs to know that you are in real estate. And here's what I suggest. It can be very overwhelming because most of us have 3, 4, 5,000 people in our phone.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I do have a lot. You know, that's it.
Start with the A's. Okay, you need to be lead generating about 2 hours a day. Now, I know that, asking you to lead generate for 2 hours a day can be a stretch. So here's what I'm gonna say. Starting tomorrow, everybody needs to be making 10 phone calls a day. 10 phone calls or 10 contacts. I don't care how you do it. Just do it. You either need to be talking to 10 people in person, or you need to be talking to 10 people on the phone. You can do text messaging only if they respond back and forth. Okay, so sending somebody a text and them not responding does not count. That just so you know that.
You have to talk to them?
You have to talk to them. You have to have some kind of dialogue
Mhm.
with them, okay? Wear your name badge everywhere you go.
I need to order a new name badge. It's been through the storm and the rain. It have, I mean, I'm just saying.
Where's the best place to order them?
Well, you should have got one.
Yeah, no, I was just asking out of curiosity, since you, mine,
Sign me.
I don't know, it must be in my other bag. There's.
I always order for.
Yeah, I had more than one. I had.
Yeah, I was gonna get one.
And you can go to thehstore.com and order name badges. So you do wanna wear your name badge everywhere you go. That name badge will trigger people to start a conversation with you. They will see your name badge and they will go, oh, you sell real estate?
Yes, I do.
How's the market?
It's great. If you'll give me your email, I can send you those updates whenever I update it, so that you can keep an eye on it. And if you would like to talk more, let's get together.
That's a good start. I like that.
You better go ahead now.
You do wanna get their name, if at all possible. Usually when they would start asking me, I would kind of start like that. The market's great. Are you looking to buy or sell real estate or invest in real estate? Have you thought about doing that? Where do you live? Oh, I live over here in Grayson Lawn. Then you go into the, I can send you information.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody wants to know what's going on in their neighborhood. Okay, so I had picked up buyers getting my oil changed. I had picked up buyers at Panera Bread. I had picked up buyers getting my car washed. So there's those name tags will start a conversation. Okay? Everybody you know needs to know that you sell real estate, and everybody that you know needs to be in your database. And that includes your hairdresser, the person that does your nails, your eye doctor, your regular doctor, your doctor's nurse, your dentist, everybody. If you turn over to page
Hello,
21.
hello. Hi.
It will give you, I haven't told her to KW roll yet.
Who?
Me?
No, I didn't think she said,
Uh,
I could if I wanted.
On
to.
page 21,
Sounds
it will
perfect.
give you a start of where you need to think about your share of responses. Okay, your vet. You have your hairdresser, your insurance guy. Everybody, okay, painters, vendors, you're gonna start that and you're gonna put them into command. And command is going to help you stay in contact with them. You can set them up on smart plans. We can go in and do smart plans. And you can come up with templates, on emails email blasts that you send out. It'll tell you, these are the people that I need to call, these are the people that I need to text. All of that information, so that you don't have to necessarily do everything. Okay, so if you can set them up on a smart plan and do an email blast, it helps you stay in contact with them. And you don't actually have to stay in contact with them. The MLS search is a great way to do it also. If you want to get them set up on an MLS search. They think you're going in every single day and searching. Every time they get an email, they think you went in and did it just for them. Okay, so you do want to be able to know how to go back into their email that they got and see what properties they were getting when they call you. Okay, so make sure that you know how to do that.
Okay, I'm not understanding that.
How do you?
It'll be a different class.
Okay,
The MLS class.
okay.
So
I'm
setting up on an MLS, or did you go to the MLS class?
I went one time and my computer wasn't working, so
Yeah, we'll get done.
Okay,
even remember, oh no.
Are you talking about over at the
Heather
other place?
was even helping me and she-
Yeah, they didn't go over any of that stuff with us.
they didn't do an MLS class?
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't tell us about how to.
Set up a search?
Yeah, it's.
They told us about how to set up a search, but they didn't tell us about how to set up where we could have it emailed to the customers automatically and how we could go back in and access them.
They don't go into, they give you very basic.
It was, I mean, and see, I couldn't, he said I didn't have the right stuff on mine, so he kind of bypassed me anyway, and come to find out I didn't, it just changed it, remember?
Okay,
Because you were helping me, because they said I needed a certain search,
TLB or
yeah,
residential.
right.
Okay.
But no, they didn't talk about nothing like that, nothing at all.
I
They just
thought,
pretty much showed you how to log in and sort of kind of how to do a search.
That's it.
Wasn't that
they,
it? Yeah.
they changed it a lot then, because when I went in, Rick Billington did it, and he went through all kinds of stuff.
That would have been nice.
So next month, I will do an MLS class.
That would be great.
Awesome.
Do you wanna do the MLS? Did you
No,
raise
I
your
was
hand
saying-
because you wanna do it?
No.
Want to go to it?
If anybody needs help, send them.
What about DocuSign? I'm really
You got
trying, roughing it, trying to figure out about DocuSign and getting it go through command. You don't,
Yeah, I'll just DocuSign it, I'm awesome.
huh?
DocuSign will be next. I do everything in
Oh,
technology.
okay. Oh,
Next month, this month I do everything in real estate,
right.
and then the next month I do
Okay, that's
everything
good.
DocuSign.
So,
So we'll go in depth. If you need help, I can help you, but I'm not gonna,
Right. Right.
spend
always.
3 hours doing a DocuSign class with you, but I'll get you through what you need to get through.
I figured it out. I just have a lot of trash in there, you know?
And those can all be deleted.
Okay, and that's what I learned in the class.
So when you get ready to make your phone calls, you want to make sure that you are prepared to make your phone calls. I would usually take 15 minutes to go in and figure out who I'm gonna call. Okay, because remember, we're not calling people we know, for sale by owners, expires and all that stuff all in the same day, okay? If you're gonna focus on one for a while, then you can make those phone calls every day. Once you get your scripts down, you can mix it up. Okay, once you know what you're saying and it comes out of your mouth easily, then you can make various different phone calls. If you're not going to dedicate a certain time, which I highly recommend that you time block lead generation. And normally lead generation is done between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, and you guys will always hear me say that I never left my house before 11 o'clock. Alright, so, in the morning, when I first got up, I of course would, start a load of laundry and get a cup of coffee. I know how it is. But I would work on all my paperwork, anything that I needed to get taken care of that was real estate related. At 9 o'clock, I would start my lead gen. And I would not leave my house until 11 o'clock. So all showings, all inspections, all that good stuff running around was done in the afternoon after 11 o'clock.
I like that.
Okay, but if you are not the type of person that can be focused on doing your lead gen every day from 9 to 11, and you say, I'm not leaving my house before 11 o'clock, but you decide you're gonna go take a nap, or you're going to do laundry, or you're going to clean house instead, I suggest that you come in here and do your lead gen.
Don't convict me no more.
What did you say? Don't convict her no more.
I get the picture. Right.
And please remember, I know everybody's potential in this room. And I'm not directing my comments to anyone specific,
Well, you know I love you.
but if you are feeling the guilt, then so be it. Now, I will say that, stuff happens. And sometimes we can't necessarily take care of our lead gen between 9 and 11 o'clock. Make it up somewhere.
Can we do it in the afternoon, and would that be okay, or wait until the next day and double up?
Make it up somewhere in that day. Okay, remember, I'm only asking you to make 10 phone calls,
Right.
okay? I'm only asking you for 30 minutes right now.
Mhm.
I need you to get into the practice of, this is when I make my phone calls, this is when I pick up my phone. Now, if I had something going on and I wasn't able to make all my phone calls in the morning, I used to spend a lot of time in my car. And when I'm in my car, I get bored, start making phone calls. Okay, do not hold your phone, it's illegal now.
What do you mean?
I got a phone.
It's
holder in my
illegal.
car.
It's illegal to hold your phone in the car.
But when you're driving,
Yes.
but when you're sitting still, you can. hold it.
Well, don't,
As long as it's not running.
because that's considered driving.
How do we text our QR code, or wait, let's see.
You have to establish a QR code.
Right.
So you would have to be in command and go to campaigns. And there's a, get a QR code deal.
And then, is there a way we can get it on our phone with his text it to people? Let you know, we would take.
Or yeah, you can copy and paste it,
Okay,
so send it to your email.
yeah, I'm just copy and paste, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Why am I asking all these dumb questions? I can figure that out. I got it.
So you should be prepared before you start making these phone calls. Okay, and I will tell you, do not practice on your clients. Practice with other people to get more comfortable with your scripts before you start making those phone calls. Now, if you're calling your sphere of influence and they're your friends, you know, there's a lot of grace that they give you there. Okay, so you can kind of practice on them. My first phone call was either usually to my husband or my best friend. So I would call, in the beginning, I would call her and say, hey, Donna, this is Monica, I'm getting ready to do the script. I'm gonna run this by you, tell me what you think. Okay, don't practice on your clients.
I think I'm gonna do it with my dad.
Practice on your friends. Okay, so you do wanna be prepared.
We
You
can
wanna-
practice with other agents, right?
You can do that
Like if you're
too.
new to and. Okay.
Yeah, the season was probably.
I'm new.
Do what?
Tell me like it is, you're my sister. You always tell me like it is. You wanna practice? We can meet here.
Now I'm about to do it.
Do some scripts.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Let's flow, girl.
Okay,
I took a layoff
y'all
for this
work
winter,
out
just
time,
for this.
be accountable, hold each other accountable.
Right.
Okay, you do wanna make sure that you do that. But make the phone calls, don't put it off. I get it. This phone. It seems like it only weighs about 4 pounds, but when you gotta make phone calls, it weighs 1,000.
It's heavy.
And it's next to impossible to pick it up and get it up here so that we can actually start making phone calls.
Once you do it, it's so,
Yeah,
once you do it so many times, it's just, you get your rhythm down and what you're gonna say.
Just making yourself get started. with
Yeah, you
it.
just have
Yeah.
to make yourself. do it.
it's to get started, okay?
Okay.
And remember, the one, I'm a big affirmation person, okay? They wanna hear from me, they wanna sell real estate. And I can tell you, get out of your own head.
Yes.
Okay, get out of your own head. People want you to succeed.
Yes.
They do. People want to hear good things that you are doing. People want to help you.
Yeah.
They do.
Really?
Okay. So, and just because you called somebody once, doesn't mean you can't call them again.
Yeah.
Okay, and remember, we talked about on Tuesday, it takes 8 times in 8 weeks for them to remember that you sell real estate. So if I called them one time, and then I didn't call them again for 4 months, they done forgot that I sold real estate,
And then sold it off to somebody else.
and they listed their house with somebody else. And you're gonna call them up and you're gonna go, hey, Maria, it's Monica with Keller Williams, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Oh my God, you're not gonna believe it. We just bought a new house and you're supposed to be happy for them.
Yeah, I can do that. That's great. It really is.
The goal, Maria, though, is that they don't use somebody else, they use.
I know. You
Okay.
gotta snag them before somebody else gets them.
So do not be afraid of this phone. Do not be afraid to call people. Do not be afraid to send them emails. Do not be afraid to send them texts. Okay? Texts are a lot less intrusive than phone calls are. So, but the phone calls are better. Okay?
But I'm a very predictable person, so if someone calls me and I'm like, I'm gonna remember this, I'm not gonna. And what I do is I'll send them a text of like my business card instead of like the QR code. When I'm on the phone with them, close in the conversation, I'll say, hey, I'm also gonna send you a picture of my business card, so you have it in your phone. If you need it, there's my number, in case you lose my number or don't save it, here it is, so then they can go back and be like, ah, just send me a phone.
That's two texts right there.
Okay, yeah.
And then you're gonna hang up the phone.
And you're gonna send them
write
a
a thank
text.
you card, and then you're gonna handwrite a thank you card, and you're gonna put 2 business cards in there.
Third text. I
Uh,
mean, you're already getting there.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
you
it's just
give
adds up
it
to
to them 3 times.
Yeah.
So handwritten business card or handwritten notes, oh my God, the effect that they have on people, because they get so excited. Somebody sent me something, oh my God, it's just to me and it's not, you know, marketing material.
Yeah.
And it can be really simple. Okay, you don't have to overthink it. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me yesterday. I've enclosed 2 business cards for you. If you know anybody that wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please send them my way. It's that easy. Don't overcomplicate it.
Right.
Just make the phone calls. Do the thank you letters. Set them up on an 8x8. And I get putting people on an 8x8 and you get going and you get rolling and about 3 weeks into it, you forget where you're at. Start over again. Just keep doing it till you get the system down. Okay?
Okay, on those thank you letters, can you do like the texting stuff like you're, like you are, or should we spell it out old fashioned, old school way?
What are you talking about?
When you send them a text or a thank you letter, when you're writing that letter, like I say thank and a big U with a smiley face. Is that okay?
You do your thank you card however you want. I
Well,
don't care how you do
I know
it.
you know about marketing though, that's why I'm asking. I want to do the highest and most efficient way for them. Not for me.
Marie, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me yesterday. I've enclosed 2 business cards for you. If you know anybody that wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please send them my way.
Okay,
You're overthinking it.
yeah,
Okay.
but I have to know how to flow with it. Never mind, I'll do it. I'll be led by this right here.
Once you get the initial system down,
Mhm.
you can play all you want.
Okay,
What I'm gonna say,
Stick to it.
start with the basics,
right, okay.
okay? And then get creative,
Mhm.
okay? Once you learn the script, you can make it your own,
Okay.
okay? But you need to learn the script before
make it
you
your
get
own.
there.
Right.
Okay, and I'm gonna say, real estate's not hard. It really isn't hard,
Mhm.
okay? And lead gen really isn't hard. You just have to do it and not overthink it,
Okay.
okay? People are not gonna go. Oh my God, Christine, you say this thing in court.
Right.
Can you believe that she didn't go in and do something? I mean, all she said was, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Can you believe?
Now I have to use the rest of it.
She didn't even put sparkles on.
She didn't put any emojis in here. There's no hearts, there's no smileys. Don't ever think it, you guys, and I'm not trying to make fun of her. But I don't want you.
It just come naturally, right? You didn't have to try it.
My husband does call me messy. Okay, so some other things that you can do. We've talked about for sale by owners. We've talked about, our sphere of influence, expires. Victoria's here to talk about expires today. Okay, expires are a little bit easier to work because they've already had their house on the market and it didn't sell. 90% of the time that it didn't sell is because of price, location, or condition. Okay, so, the hardest thing about expireds is finding the phone number or the email address.
Well, now this right here said 4 reasons. You left out the professional trying to sell the house.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Sometimes it's the agent
Yeah.
too.
This one said there's 4 reasons, and you're supposed to tell them that when you call them.
That there's 4 reasons?
Yeah, there are usually 4 reasons the home didn't sell: price, condition, marketing, or the professional handling the job.
Yes, and I can tell you that, there have been many a times that I have been the second, third, or fourth agent to walk in the door to try to sell the house. And when I get there and I go through we gotta paint that wall. Oh, let's start moving furniture out. Oh, you need to declutter this closet. Oh, all this crap's gotta come off the counter. And they'll go, well, my other agents never told me that. Yeah, not all agents are created equal.
That's why you're not seeing some.
And that's why I'm getting professional. Okay, so you do get that a lot. Not all agents are created equal. You will hear that come out of my mouth all the time. And you will come in here at 8:30 in the morning sometimes. And I will tell you that first thing that I do when I walk in the door after I turn my music on. Is I open up Flex and I go to the MLS and I open up the hot sheet. And I start going through the houses that have been put on the market, especially over in Stone County, because that's where I live. And you will hear, oh my God. And normally you will see Jan come running in my office going, oh my God, what they put on there.
Yeah.
Because the pictures
Yeah.
that some of these people put on there, I mean, I could go pull you some. It's horrendous. It's like, we.
It's like they're trying to convince you not to buy the house.
Do you wanna sell the house or not?
Right. Right.
I had a house that is down the street from me that went on the market last week. And it is, oh, I got all kinds of people on here. Hi, guys. See if I can get in here. If I can remember my password and everything. That's not me. Is that me? Next. Log in. You like my password? Oh, yep. Oh, I know, these stupid codes.
I know, isn't it aggravating?
I'm just glad that command has gotten to the point that if you continue to log in from the same IP address.
Yeah, they don't.
Fine,
They don't have to.
Okay, so. What is that? Let's see if I can find it real quick. So they put this house on the market last week. And they priced it at $299,000. So I'm like, oh boy. Oh, they took it down 50 grand.
Looks like this is 249.
Yeah, they took it down 50
In a week,
grand.
that was a fast drop.
Yeah, it was overpriced. I got home, I told my husband it went on the market. And he goes, no, you agree with me that thing's at least $100,000 overpriced. And I
What's
said,
that?
yes, you were right. It is at least. Okay, so this is the front of the house. This is what you see when you come to the front of the house. So we got a deck that's falling off the house. Okay. And we got a trampoline in the front of the house.
And a pool.
And we got a pool. And these are cafeteria tables. Like school cafeteria tables. Okay. And this, of course, is just trash.
Looks like something falling off the roof. Oh, no, that's good.
Never mind, that's the screen for the.
That's the net around it. Okay, so of course I pulled this up and I went, oh my God. Okay, now their second picture is a good picture. Because their second picture is of course the view that it has from the property. Okay, the third picture, and there's only 3 pictures.
He's not there, I was thinking it was worse.
But it feels like they tells like a story.
Like, I like where they didn't paint, it looks like they didn't paint behind the refrigerator or
Something's
something.
wrong.
Yeah, no, they
took the
painted,
refrigerator out and you
they
got.
painted around the refrigerator.
There's where you put your refrigerator, everybody.
And you got, I don't know what this is, okay, so anyway. Now,
It's stuff, man, it's stuff.
I like the description. In all caps.
What it, oh,
7 bedroom, 3 bathroom,
yeah,
beautiful lake view from
yeah,
and
the
that's it.
40 deck.
yeah,
Oh, is that the one that's
Floor
falling
plan.
down?
Huh?
Dual deck, heat
Just no pictures, huh?
so anyway. Don't do this for your sellers, okay? If you don't have a better picture than that. Don't put one, okay? I will also say though, that, you know, they probably could have taken a better picture. They probably could have, you know, walked over here and
difference, they
taken
would
a
take a
picture
picture
that
of it.
way. They could have taken the water and put it in a cabinet. Okay, so that it wasn't on the counter. And I probably, you know, the rest, I don't know what the rest of the house looks like, but maybe turn the other direction.
That's what I was saying, maybe take a picture of something different besides that.
Yeah. So anyway.
Love
this-
that
this
color
is-
anyway.
This is doing a disservice to your seller. Okay.
Is that a manufactured home or do you have to put that? Don't you have to put that?
It kind of by
It
the
is-
inside, it looks
You
like
have
it
to
is,
put
doesn't it?
that
Cause see, it's got that
bucket.
big roof.
Yeah,
It is a manufactured home
okay.
on a permanent foundation.
I was just saying, that's the I guess.
Yeah, because see, it looked like,
Because it says-
do they have a basement underneath?
Yes, it does.
Seven
That's right.
That's how you get the 7 bedrooms. It doesn't.
Oh, I
really-
see, I didn't see 7.
Yeah, it
They
doesn't,
had 7 bedrooms and they didn't take a picture of nothing, huh?
correct. So that makes me go. Steve, we need to go look at this house.
Right.
I ain't stepping foot in that house, okay?
You're like, I'm going.
So. I don't even know where it was, so we were talking about expired.
Yes.
Okay, so they can be a lot easier to talk to because they've already had their house on the market. Okay, you do have to be able to find the phone number or an email address. A lot of, I mean, you know the address, so you can send them something in the mail. But that's probably not going to be as effective as being able to actually contact them.
What's the best way to do that research?
People search,
So you can do like just an address search to find out who lives there.
yes.
Is that?
I mean,
You could even, if you go on the tax information. it
That's
says
what I was
the
wondering.
name, And you can Google the name and it'll pull up, you can search any other that you
Right.
have. Or you can even go on Facebook, pull up their names. Sometimes they have emails and stuff
Uh-huh.
listed in
I
their
have email
Facebook.
sometimes. So you have to do a little digging
Mhm.
to be able to find the address. Now, if it's out of the greater Springfield area, a lot of times they're too lazy to set up showings and stuff, so they just tell the listing agent just tells the buyer's agent to contact the seller directly. And
Really?
they put their phone number in there.
Isn't that crazy though? Cody?
It is.
That's a bad way, isn't it?
It's not the smartest way. It's not something I would be doing, but.
Heck, all I gotta do is take off my.
Not only are
lunch
you
on my
not doing your
taxes.
job very good, but you're also.
But I will say this, make sure it's expired and do not cross the sign.
Do not what?
Cross
the
a sign.
What does that mean?
That means that the property is listed,
Oh, yeah,
you
there's a sign
cannot
on it.
contact them.
no,
Okay, they can contact you all day long. But you cannot contact them to solicit business. Does that make sense? Do not. cross
You
the
always
sign.
have to go through the agent.
Yes, if
That's
you're going to
represented.
con. Now, if they contact you and they go, oh my God, Maria, Victoria's been a horrible agent and I need somebody else to list my house. Okay, that's a different conversation. That means that they contacted you.
And then do I ask, is the listing expired with her?
You don't have to at that point. You can have a conversation.
I can have a conversation.
Yes. I will say that if I have a friend that says, you know, Kim comes to me and says, I know somebody that they don't like their listing agent, you know, can you help them out?
Have them give me a call.
Have them give me a call. That's the response right there. Okay, so we do not cross signs. It's an ethical issue.
Yes, thank you.
Can I just give a really quick, a real life scenario?
Absolutely.
So I had a listing and took forever. It was a brother and sister that owned property out of state. It did not sell. The brother did not like me. The sister absolutely loved me. Brother decided when it expired that they would go with a different agent. With a different agent. I mean, again, a couple weeks into it even, the sister's calling me going, I don't know what's going on, this person's not doing this person's not doing this, and I mean, I don't understand. The whole process, I'm like, honey, I don't know about your agent, you need to talk to her, you need to call them, you need to speak to them. Anyway, it went on until they had a 6 months, and it was expired, and she's like, a week before it expired, she's like, will you please take us back? And the brother ended up contacting me too, made a mistake. This agent is absolutely horrible. They refuse to do, open houses. They refuse to give us any information. They won't communicate with us. They're snarky when we ask them a question, blah, blah, blah. And I said, when it expires, yes, I will take you back. Got them back, got them under contract in a week and a half and closed in December.
Yay,
Bam.
that's how it's done.
So my point is, be the best agent you can for your clients, even because I was very upset that they left, you know, that they chose somebody else.
I would.
But they came back and I still ended up getting that sale.
Hmm.
Because the other agent wasn't up to par.
Not all agents are created equal.
And another, the other agent has many more years experience than I do.
Sometimes I think that's the problem.
It doesn't always matter
Right.
how long.
So.
I was a new agent and I contacted someone and he had had a meeting with an agent in my office in Ohio. And she would not list for what he wanted to list it for. She had been doing it forever. She told him she knew what she was doing and he was so turned off. And he said, this is what I want to list it for. And I just happened, it was a for sale by owner, saw it. He's like, well, I just spoke with this lady. We have the same name, first name. And he's like, you come and, you know, look at it. I went and looked at it and I got the listing and she was so mad. You told me you were gonna list it for what do you want me to list it for? Right. Did you run comps? Did you like, and it sold for actually more than what she sold.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes experienced agents, they don't.
Yeah, you don't wanna be too pushy, don't come across like, I mean, yes, we're the experts, but you also wanna, you know, do the right thing, you guys. Just do the
Yes.
right thing.
You'll never go wrong.
Now, with talking about expireds, you also wanna look at canceled and withdrawn. Okay, a lot of times canceled means that they had a disagreement with the other, with their agent that had it listed. And they no longer wanted to work with them, okay? So when we talk to an expired, we're gonna ask them basically the same questions we do a for sale by owner. Okay, after we go in and pull up all the information in MLS, and we've creeped on that. Okay, so you wanna know everything you can possibly know about that listing. You wanna go through the pictures. You wanna see if there were any price reductions. And then you're gonna ask them, did you have any showings? No, I was on the market for 30 days and I never had a showing. Well, that's gonna tell me that it was probably overpriced. Okay, 10 days, no showings, it's overpriced. 10 showings, no offers, it's overpriced. That's the rule of thumb, okay? And there are variations to that, okay? One of those variations is, we had an election year this year, okay? And everybody went to the sidelines. And a lot of us heard, well, we don't want to do anything until after the election, okay? And the election happened, and now, of course, everybody knows what was going on and who the president's going to be. But then we heard, well, we're in the holidays. Okay, and now we're out of the holidays, the election is over, and I can tell you that the market is picking back up. Okay, I can also tell you that, last year, normally the market runs between 4.5 million to 6.5 million houses sold in the US a year. And last year we only did 3.5 million houses that were sold last year. August was the worst month. Just so you know, August was the worst month for us, so hopefully we have hit rock bottom. So there's a lot of pent up demand sitting out there. And a lot of buyers are now going to start coming off of the waiting list of what they're gonna do, and you're also gonna see sellers who are going to be ready to go ahead and list their house.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Just out of curiosity, because this is kind of how my mind was going with it. Do you think all of the California fires and the loss of all those homes and everything, do you think that you'll see people relocating into other states? And
Absolutely.
they'll have to, right? I mean,
They've been-
they're not even gonna be able to start building back there for, they said, months, maybe years because of the cleanup. So those people are gonna have to go somewhere to get, if they wanna have, right? So some of them are probably, and maybe some of them are gonna say, I'm sick of this place and move because of the fires and the experience, you know, and the government and whatever reason they want to have.
Yes.
So
They are-
that
they are
that
gonna-
should change help the market or might see a difference in the market now, right? Because
Yeah.
I can't remember how many homes they said it was, but it's quite a few.
Still going.
Yeah, and it's still, and it's getting worse now again because of the winds.
And people will be moving from California.
Yeah,
Uh,
and we'll see them
and
moving
it's-
into this area. Everybody will see them, I'd say.
And it's, they've actually been moving out of California since COVID.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so during COVID, because of the lockdowns and the shutdowns and Missouri was one of the few states that did not shut down its economy. I can't tell you how many people, moved here from California,
Right.
moved here from Oregon, moved here from Washington, moved here from Illinois, moved here because they wanted, and I heard it because I got a lot of the phone calls. We've got to get out of here. Okay, and so we had a lot of influx, that happened in 2021. 2021 was like a banner year for us. We normally close, anywhere from 125 to 160 units every single month. That's our average. In 2021, you couldn't even see me lift my head because we were closing 250 plus a month.
We just go to live
It
right.
was crazy. Okay. And you came in and Monica had the door closed, which I never had the door closed. And it was just, and I was doing 2 market centers, so I was doing 250 plus here and 250 plus over at the Lake of the Ozarks. It was crazy. Crazy. And now we're back to normal, what I call a normal market. Okay. Okay, so expireds, we're gonna ask them, did you have any showings? Did you have any offers? We're gonna ask them to give us a tour of the house, just like we normally would with a listing appointment. Okay, we're gonna, of course, have comps in our back pocket. When we go on the appointment, but on the phone call, you wanna ask them. And what was it that your agent, what do you feel that your agent could have done better?
I'm literally sitting here writing the script and that's one of the questions. I'm sitting here writing like typing up a document for expired.
Expires. Yeah.
I'm working on
But the hardest part about it expired is getting the phone number, getting the email
Yeah.
contact. Okay. So you do want to have that conversation with them. Once you can get in the door, it's a little bit easier to convince them. You do want to find out what their motivating factor is. Because we do like to use motivating factors against them. Oh, shame on me. So why are they selling? Why do they want to move? Okay, and you want to remind them of that. You want to do that with for sale by owners too. Okay, why are they wanting to move? Where are they going? And of course, we do want to find out where they're going. Because I can refer them an agent. You're moving to Illinois. Let me go find you an agent to do that so that you can also get a referral for that. Okay. Don't be the agent that takes the listing and they're moving across town and you're not helping them on the buy side. That blows me away.
And you're not
Does
helping
that happen?
one?
Not helping
All
them
the
find a house.
time.
Are you kidding?
Like
No,
they're downsizing.
all the time.
It does happen a lot. It's crazy.
She's,
Wonder
well,
why.
she's listing my house, but she's not helping me buy a house. I need a buyer's agent.
That's so
I get
crazy.
that all the time at open houses and stuff. What do you mean you have a listing and they didn't do a buyer's agency with you at the time?
See, that's like,
Common sense.
that's like, yeah, that's like
Give you money.
getting a award or a reward and stuff that are,
That's doubling
Yeah,
your money.
yeah, it's like,
Well, maybe,
Yeah.
just a little. On the side.
it's bonus.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good word.
Okay, so expireds are gonna be a little bit easier than a for sale by owner. Of course. So did I help, Victoria?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much.
Another way to get businesses to do open houses. We are not necessarily doing an open house to sell that house. We are doing an open house to get buyers.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you do not have to have a buyer's agency if you are doing an open house for a Keller Williams agent. Until you go show them other properties. Okay, because at the time you are a agent who is representing the buyer as Keller Williams as a whole. Because Keller Williams has the listing even though another agent has the listing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, same broker.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's
Same brokerage.
office broker driven.
So, but if you do get a buyer during the open house, then what do
If
you?
you get ready to go show them any other property.
No, I mean, if they want that house, they come there, they decide they want that house and they put it on.
Then I'm gonna do a buyer's broker agency with them for that, or whatever. But yes, then I will do that to be the designated agent.
Just on the buyer side.
Yeah, now I can tell you that that only happens 7% of the time. That-
So that somebody comes
walks
in and
the
wants that
open
house.
And says, oh, I love this house, I can buy it. It only happens 7%.
So you're just doing it to get people that you can, they can show other houses.
You're gonna be doing.
So, but so do you get a lot of people that come without an agent to those?
All the time,
Almost all of them come like that.
all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
They have an agent, they're not seeing it though, then they're gonna see it.
Their
No
agent's
one
gonna
there.
go with them.
Yeah.
They have-
Sometimes, or their agent may send them,
Yeah.
you know, and of course, when they walk in the door and I can send to.
That's not
somebody
good.
else.
To
No,
do, isn't
listen,
it?
listen,
What?
listen
For
to
your
what she-
agent to just send you?
No, listen to what she said. though.
Okay.
Hang on.
So when they walk in the door and I of course have them sign in onto the guest list, at least get an email address. People will give you an email versus a phone number sometimes. Because it's real easy just not to pay attention to your email or unsubscribe from you. Okay, but if you want to get them in, you want to greet them. And you do want to ask them, are you working with an agent? Okay, so just like we don't cross a sign with a listing, we don't cross a sign with a buyer's agent. So if they are working with a buyer's agent, hands off. You're more than welcome to take a tour of the house, I'm not gonna say don't answer any questions. But don't try to pursue them. Okay, because they're working with somebody else, okay, and we don't do that. That's not enough work. But yes, a lot of times you will get a lot of people that will come through a house, especially down here. Because we have a lot of vacation homes, so they don't really have an agent. They came down here and they go, oh my God, it's so beautiful, I wanna buy a condo. Look, honey, there's an open condo house. Let's go look at that. Okay, or there's a lake house open, let's go look at that. Okay, I will say if you're gonna do an open house, usually on a Saturday down here, not on a Sunday. Sunday, people are usually getting out of town, they're leaving town about 10 o'clock. So Sunday's not always the best day to do an open house. Saturday afternoon is probably the best time to do an open house. Down here. Because people are out and about, they're doing things, they drove by, the wife saw something. They're like, oh my God, the trees are so beautiful, let's go look at it, and the next thing you know, you got. Okay. But yeah, open houses, Carolyn Boss is the queen of open houses. If you want to do an open house, get with Carolyn Boss, she will find somebody in the office for you to do an open house for. Now, with that in mind, I will tell you on an open house, you do want to make sure that the property one is the Keller Williams office, our office, not Springfield office, but our office, so you don't have to have any buyer's agency, and you are representing the seller within the brokerage. I always tell people that you want to make sure that it's no more than 3 turns off the main road. Okay, I live in BFE.
It's like 120.
And to get it to my house is about 5 miles off the main road, off of 13. You have to go off of 13 all the way down Joe Ball Road, get to Hoodow Point, go down Hoodow Point, go no more, okay? They lose interest, they.
Think they're lost?
This is, yeah, they think they're lost, I'm not messing with it, okay? So no more than 3 turns off the main road. You want to get all your signs out on the Wednesday before the open house. So I am going to put out open house signs. The Wednesday before, the more signs, the better. But at a minimum, 5 signs need to go out. If there are 2 ways to get into the house, you need to have directions coming from both ways, okay? But you're gonna want at least 5 signs to get them in there. And it's gonna say open Saturday 1 to 3. And I'll put those signs out on Saturday or on Wednesday. So that people that might come down on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday are going to see that there's an open house. And I am going to be sparking some interest of, oh, and they may even go drive by the house because they want to know where it's at. Okay. Do I? Is it something that I'm looking for? And if your signs are out on a Wednesday before, they have time to make time to get there. It's not just for the moment thing, they're intentional. Of coming to that open house.
Okay, so can you give a suggestion that it's better to drive by it on the weekends and at night when the people are home? So you know what the community is all about? Because I know people that have bought houses in neighborhoods that they did not like, and they already stuck because they bought a house.
Not for an open
So-
house, it's gonna be a buyer, yes.
So,
Yeah, it'll be the buyers.
okay, so,
To suggest to them to drive by there
absolutely,
before the open house on Saturday, like Friday night, when people are partying and everything's, you know, the kids are home and they're all in the street riding their bikes or whatever, and they don't want
Yeah.
kids in that neighborhood.
now, normally, Maria, they're on an open house, I don't have the buyer yet. So the buyer's not gonna call you and go, oh, you're doing an open house. They're either gonna come or they're not gonna come.
So when would you suggest that? Because
When I actually have them as a buyer,
Okay,
okay? And a buyer may,
even if I got them from that open house.
well, once you get them from that open house, they came and looked at the house. And then you can suggest that they go look at the houses that you're sending them before you actually go show them the house,
Okay.
okay? And I'm gonna do that all the time. Not for an open house,
Mhm.
but for a showing,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So they might send me 13 houses,
Mhm.
okay, that they wanna go look at. And I know there's at least 2 of them on there that, oh, this ain't gonna work. And I will tell them to go drive by it before we put it on the schedule.
Okay,
I have done that before.
okay,
Okay.
good.
Got
it.
Okay, so we want to put signs out prior to the open house. We want to put the time that it's going to be open. We are going to show up 15 minutes before open house. I will tell you, I usually only scheduled open houses for 2 hours. If I needed to keep it open longer than that because I have so many people coming through, I will do that. Okay, but there is nothing more boring that can happen than to be in an open house for a vacant open house for 3 hours with no chair, no TV, no nothing. And you sit there for 3 hours. Okay, now, if you're me, you're getting your steps in.
If you're me, you're taking your laptop and your hotspot on your phone and you're working.
And yes,
And you're on chair.
The
yeah,
other option is you stressed out. So there we go.
so do make sure that, you know, I used to schedule them for 2 hours if I needed to keep it open because I had people coming through, then I kept it open, okay? You do wanna show up 15 minutes before. You do wanna take some comps of what might be active listed, pending in the neighborhood. You will also wanna make sure that you take something that is like a condo, a fixer-upper, maybe a lake house, lakefront, lake view. Because a lot of times people will show up and go, yeah, this is nice, but we're really looking for it. Okay, and if you've got something in your back pocket, like a condo that is basically in kind of the same price range, maybe a little under, maybe a little over, and you're able to demonstrate, yes, I know the market, and hey, there's a listing right down the street that's a condo that's kind of in this price range. Would you be interested in going and taking a look at that? Okay, well, as soon as I get done here, we'll go ahead and schedule something. Can you sign this buyer's agency agreement just for that property for right now? And then we'll decide if we like each other after that.
Yeah.
We want to do business with each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do a buyer's agency for one property. You can do a buyer's agency for 1 day, okay? So you don't have to do it for 60 days, 90 days, whatever. Okay, so you may run into buyers that go, I don't want to sign a buyer's agency agreement. Okay, just this property or just for today. And if you decide you want to work with me, we'll do another one, extended time. So,
Okay, story time. So buyer's agent. Okay, so I have clients from Texas that I've had for 4 years. God bless them. They signed the buyers, so they only wanted to sign a buyer's agency agreement once theirs expired for like a few days because we were going to look at a property that I sent them. Which is, they were the contract. So we signed the buyer's agency agreement and, buyer's agency agreement did end up lapsing in the middle of us being in contract, which I did. It took a second because I was sick, but we're here now. So is there anything that, like, can we ever get in trouble for like not having that sign between that gap? You know what I'm saying?
well, normally the pending will override that. But there is what is called a buyer's agency change form. That you're gonna go in and have them sign.
Oh.
That extends the date from whatever day it expired to the time, that the closing happens.
Oh, okay, well, I already had them sign a new one
Okay,
to, yes,
okay.
but, yeah. I had that happen to me and it's just, I was just wondering because, I mean, and I didn't have any issues, like, if she signed it right away. you know, whatever else, but I definitely haven't had that happen, because like, they didn't wanna sign, you know, further out, like. Pray for me, okay? I just wanna get some cover, say, listen. Like, that's it, I love them here.
So there is a buyer's change form.
Okay.
That you can go in and extend those.
Okay,
And the really cool thing about DocuSign is, on the date signed, you can take out, delete the date signed, and you can put a text box in there. So the one nice thing that I like about DocuSign versus Dotloop, if you all have ever used Dotloop, which some of you have not, and don't worry about it. Dotloop was, you signed it that day and it time stamped it. Okay. DocuSign, you can go in and take out, you can click on date signed and you can hit the delete button. And it will go
extend it.
away.
I
And
know
then
that,
you can do a text box that you drag over and you can type in the date that you need. in
I didn't even know that, see,
Nice.
if I would've known that, then I wouldn't even talk to them.
So, okay, so we're gonna show up 15 minutes early. We're gonna turn on all the lights. We're gonna open up all the blinds. We're gonna make sure that the house is presentable. That there are no animals in the house and whatnot. The seller needs to take them with them. If it is not your listing, you're going to have the listing agent go onto the MLS and put in an open house. You can then start marketing the open house via social media, marketing and yada, 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 all those different ways that we can do that. And then we're gonna make sure that the house is presentable. We make sure that you have a rag and, you know, some kind of
Cleaning stuff.
cleaner that you might have in, your car, in your little, real estate box. that
I did
you have.
one for Carolyn and she fell in love with my glass cleaner and was like, went out and bought some right after that. She was going all over the house cleaning all the windows and everything for us. Cause I got some out because it has the invisible glass.
Oh, yeah.
It's
that's
usually
good
used
stuff.
for car detailing and stuff, but it does not streak. It's
Yeah.
wonderful, invisible glass.
Where
It
you
was
buy
like,
it?
At
you can get it at
Walmart.
Walmart or anywhere, or O'Reilly's.
Yeah.
But she was like, oh my God, this is the most wonderful stuff I've ever come across. And she
That's
said,
right.
she said, I'm gonna go
That's
buy
right.
several boxes, just several things of it.
The, Ben's Winger glass cleaner is really good.
I've never tried that one, but I know invisible glass is like, it does not streak.
I have a question, so, like, okay, so me and my husband, we've been looking at houses, just, you know, different places, but. If we, okay, so is there something that I have to do if we don't do that house?
You have to have a buyer's agency agreement
With
with yourself.
myself and my husband,
Yes,
okay, I just wanna make sure before
yes.
we
You need
go.
to have an agreement with yourself, that you are representing yourself.
Got it, okay, perfect.
So we're gonna show up to the house 15 minutes early. We're gonna turn everything on. We're gonna make sure that it's presentable. If we're cooking cookies, that we wanna make sure that we are cooking cookies. If there's any obtrusive smells in there, we want to, try to get those obtrusive smells, not to be there when people start coming through our house.
I also check those plugins.
You don't wanna, you gotta be careful with that too, though, because then you're covering up, because you have.
Yeah, then that-
Come in
then they
here,
go,
What are they covering?
Man,
up?
it smells too good in here. What are they hiding?
Yep.
And walk in and
Must like film.
And you gotta be
What
careful of
are
allergies too,
allergies,
some people
yeah.
are allergic to.
And I will caution you on vacant houses and plugins.
Because of electricity.
Because of the fire hazard that goes along with it.
Well, I just did it once there.
Yeah, and that's cool. That's cool. We're gonna do the open house. We're going to greet everybody when they come in the door. We are going to have a sign-in sheet. We are going to ask them to sign in when they say they don't want to sign in. We are gonna say, will you please go ahead and sign in so I can show the sellers that there was actually people in the property, okay? Sometimes we will do a giveaway, and that will help them to go ahead and sign in for you. So a giveaway can be a $10 Casey's card, whatever, don't get too extravagant. you know,
If you
just
will,
whatever.
giveaway.
We are going to make sure that after they sign in, and we at least get their email information, we're gonna make sure that we ask them, are you working with a real estate agent? If they are not, then they're mine. That was usually, they were mine. I would get them. We're gonna let them tour the house. Once they get done touring the house, we're gonna make sure though, that before we show the house, we're gonna let the sellers know that they need to remove any valuables, any prescriptions, anything like that. Those things should not be left out in the property, for people to show, because if you have 6 different couples walking through the property at the same time, you cannot keep track of everybody, okay? We're gonna have foodies, because we don't want them walking through the house with their, snowy shoes on.
Yeah.
So we'll have foodies for them. And then once they get done touring the house, we're gonna ask them what they thought about the house. Is this the one? Chances are they're going to say no. You're going to ask them why it's not the one. What is it that you're looking for? And I can help you find whatever you're looking for. And as long as I have your email address, I can go ahead and set you up on a search. And I can send you properties of what it is that you're looking for. Does that make sense? Okay. If you do pick them up as a buyer, you do want to make sure that you get them pre-approved. Are they pre-approved? Are they just out looking? Okay. I will say that on open houses, I usually advise against doing open houses on $1 million homes. Normally, $1 million home buyer is going to have a buyer's agent that they are already working for or with. And that would actually be anything above 600,000. Normally, they are already working with an agent. So you want to make sure that you are lower than that. So we're not doing an open house so that people with agents can walk through the house. We're doing an open house to pick up buyers. Okay. Generally, you wanna do anything between the $250,000 and $400,000 price range. Normally, they're not gonna have, buyer's agents. You'll have a better chance. Questions on any of that? Okay, door knocking. This one always takes forever. Not door knocking, but, door knocking in a neighborhood. So I usually tell you guys on farming and stuff like that, that you want to start with the neighborhood that you live in. Okay, who better to be the real estate expert than the neighborhood that you live in? Okay. And you want to go in and print out some comps for that neighborhood, give something of value. I usually tell people, get somebody else to go with you, so you're not by yourself. I want you door knocking by yourself. I want you to be safe. And one of you will take one side of the street, the other one will take the other side of the street, and you'll rock and roll. And you go down the street and you try to pick up sellers or buyers, preferably sellers. So door knocking is a great way to get sellers. So start with your neighborhood. Pick your farm areas, pick somebody to go with you, to do all that stuff. And try, stay in touch, okay? You already have the ability to find out, you know what the address is, because you walk down the street and you introduced yourself to them, and they told you what their name was, okay? You're also gonna try to find out what their email address or their phone number is. If they do wanna get comps, that's a really easy way to get an email address to be able to start staying in touch. You would be surprised, once you get an email address, how easily it is to get the phone number. Because usually when they sign something back to you and send you an email back, the phone number's there. Amazing how that happens. So door knocking is a great way to go and find properties or to find sellers and stuff like that. Okay? Questions on any of that? Have I missed anything? door knocking, for sale by owners, expires and withdraws, open houses. We talked about agent referrals and then social media. Social media. There are a lot of people out there that, man, I don't know how they get off this business from social media, but they do. You wanna do videos is a great way to go get that. If you don't have any of your own listings that you wanna market on social media, call any of our agents, ask them permission to market their listings. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna tell you it's okay to go ahead and market the listings. Within Command, you can go in and set up, campaigns to social media. You are able to hook up your business Facebook page to Command. You can go in and do templates. What's really cool is you can say, I want to market a listing. You go in, you type in the MLS number, it'll pop up all the information. It'll give you templates on, the different pictures that it'll pull from MLS. And it will put your marketing information on there. And you can go in and make posts about that. The other thing is you have to be consistent with it though, with social media marketing. So if you're gonna do Facebook posts and stuff like that, Parker Stone goes out there and Tina will go out there and set up something that she takes a picture of the kitchen and says, what do you think about this kitchen? And she gets all these responses. She also will put, what do you think about this bedroom? What do you think about this living room? What do you think? Something real estate related. The really cool thing about it is you can go in and set up an entire month of posts and time them out so that they do it all automatically and you don't have to do it every single day. So you can go in and pre-schedule all your marketing posts on social media and it'll just happen.
I do it every week, like on the weekends, I'll set it up for the following week, so I don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. And if you're signing up for floor duty once a week for 2 hours or whatever, 4 hours, go in and do it. Okay, KW within Command has all kinds of templates for you to use. Okay, you can go in and take pictures of the dam and post that out there. And have you thought about moving to the lake or, lakefront you don't have to be, you can do generic ones, okay? Lakefront properties under, lakefront properties under $500,000. Okay, there is actually one out there. We didn't say that it didn't need help.
Right.
Okay. Investor special, short-term rentals, long-term rentals. Have you thought about getting into the short-term rental business? Call me. Okay, all kinds of different ways to go in and do social media marketing. And a lot of people they do like videos. They'll go preview a lakefront house and they'll do a video of the lakefront house and they'll post it on their business page. And the next thing you know, you got people contacting you because they want to buy a lakefront house. And they didn't know you sold real estate. And hey, they want to work with somebody that they know. Okay. So that's a great way to also lead generate. Wear your name tag everywhere you go. Let's see, what have I missed? Okay. About the only thing that I didn't cover in here was the 4 C's of lead generating. So we want to capture the lead.
What page is that?
Now I'm on page 16. I've been all over the place in here. So we want to capture the lead. We want to connect with the lead. Now, let's talk about connecting with the lead. Our society has become on demand. Okay, we want an answer now. We don't want to wait until Monday morning for you to decide to call me back. If you get a lead on a Friday afternoon or a Friday evening and you don't respond till Monday, you've lost that person. They have moved on. Okay, we are a on-demand society. Okay, so they will tolerate a certain amount of time, but the quicker you can get back to them, the better your results will be. Okay, so we want to capture the lead, we want to connect with the lead, we want to cultivate the lead. Victoria was talking about, she's had a client from Texas for 4 years. That she's been working with to get them into a property. And I had a client one time, long time ago. And when we started looking for houses, her children were little. And she wanted a 2-story house, so everybody could be on the same floor. By the time that we actually found the house 9 years later,
She wanted away from it.
we ended up buying a story and a half. Because she wanted to be downstairs and they were teenagers and she wanted them upstairs. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say. If they start looking, they will eventually buy. Do not give up on them. Okay, now, did I contact her every single week? No. Did I stay in touch with her? Yes. Was she on an MLS search? Yes. For 9 years. Yes. She was for 9 years. And I would call her and, hey, Robin, it's Monica, what's going on? Hey, I came across the house. I thought you might want to go look at it.
Did you keep renewing the contract or what?
Buyer's agency.
Yeah.
Every time she would go look at one and it was.
Yeah, so you just wait till she out.
Now, I will say that with her, I would do a buyer's agency agreement at the beginning of the year and it didn't expire till the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and just full disclosure back in the day.
So it wasn't a big deal.
We did it sometimes, but I just did it. Yeah. If I knew I wasn't gonna lose a client. But times they have to change. And
You're not
no, you
supposed to do
guys
that
can
at all
hear me.
now, correct?
Huh?
You're not supposed to do that at all now, correct?
No. No, you have to have a buyer's agency agreement to go show a house. And that's why I tell you guys. I mean, I worked with a lot of investors. So I would do a buyer's agency on a specific property. So you check the other box
Oh,
and you say 123 Main Street, Timberland City, Missouri.
oh, okay, so that's how you would get around to put them under contract.
So don't get caught up in this buyer's agency agreement thing.
Okay, so yeah, okay, because I kind of have it.
You can do a buyer's agency for a day, 1 day. We're gonna go look at 10 properties today. Okay, you can also do a buyer's agency for a specific house. And I'm gonna go show you 123 Main Street in Timberland City, Missouri. And that is for this property. And if you put an offer in on this property, then
You're gonna get, yeah, that'd be the best way, because then it wouldn't, there's no expiration date on it, right? So if they ever bought the house, you would get the commission.
Well, you still have to, everything has an expiration date.
Okay, yeah, you still have to put one on there.
Oh,
I
and you
see,
have
yeah,
a protection period.
Yeah.
So, I would do it, for specific days, or I would do it for a specific property.
Which one was easiest, days or the property?
Well, usually I
does it
would
matter?
do it for days. I mean,
Mhm.
back in the day, I did a buyer's agency agreement, every buyer's agency agreement I did was for at least 120 days.
Okay.
Okay, because a lot of times with buyers,
They
it
still
would,
wanna
it would take you, 45 days just to find the property.
And then you got 45 days of closing.
And then you have 45 days to close it. So you're at 90 days. And then there's an always a crowd that happens and you don't close in 90 days, you close in 110. So I'm covered. Okay, but there is also a buyer's agency change form that you can go in and make changes to those agencies. Remember, an amendment can fix just about anything.
And is that in command too? When you have to go in, what you just said,
DocuSign,
DocuSign.
through command into DocuSign.
Okay.
So, Okay. Okay, so we talked about social media marketing. So you guys think of, oh, we're gonna capture it, we're gonna cultivate it. We're gonna stay in touch. We're going to go show them houses, we're going to send them MLS searches, we're going to cultivate the relationship. Okay, people wanna work with people that they trust
Yes.
and that they know, and that was referred to them, okay? 84% of people will use the first agent that they come across. You wanna be the first. Okay, so that is a statistic out there that they don't go looking, they use the first agent that they come across. Okay? And then once we cultivate them, we want to close them. Okay, so you do need to learn how to be a closer. You do need to, we don't always just say, oh, okay, think about it. Give me a call. Okay, we never want to end a presentation or an appointment without a plan of action to move forward. Okay, a lot of people will lose clients because they don't set up the next step. Okay, you go show somebody 12 properties, you didn't find the property before you leave the last house, you need to set up. What are we gonna do? Okay, Kim, I'm gonna run home, I'm gonna do some more searching, see if I can find any more properties. When are you going to be back in town? Next Saturday? Okay, so let's go ahead and plan on 1 o'clock next Saturday. And I'll go ahead and send you some more houses. I'll call you tomorrow. We'll go through that list and figure out which ones we wanna go ahead and see.
Sounds good to me.
Okay? So you don't go, oh, you don't like any of them? Okay, Maria, call me when you're ready.
Yeah.
You done lost them.
Right.
Okay, they're gonna come across them, they're gonna say, well, she didn't care about me. She doesn't even care if I have any more houses to go look at. So you wanna make sure that you have a plan of action before they get away from you. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yep, perfect sense, thank you.
Then we're gonna get to the closing table. And then everybody's gonna come in my office and we're all gonna do the happy dance.
Or you could dance in the morning, like when you first start your day or whatever that you was talking about.
Oh.
Yes.
When I used to work 7:30 in the morning till, 5 o'clock at night, you would come in. And you would walk in the downstairs door, and if you took the stairs up in the stairwell, you would hear the music downstairs on the first floor to the third floor from my office.
You'd be jamming.
Oh, it was loud. And we used to have dance parties in my office, so everybody would come in my office and we'd all jam. Yeah. I won't do that as much as I used to, but yeah, I used to do that a lot, so. Get our day going on a positive note. Okay. Do we learn anything today? I think I'm done. It actually took me the whole 2 hours. I can't believe it. Do we learn anything?
It's
Did this help?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. Any questions? Comments?
A lot of information, but good.
Good
I have
job.
a comment.
Okay.
Um, Not only is every deal different, but every buyer or seller is different. So you have your basics that she just gave you, but you're going to tweak it to the personality of the person.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind, like, I mean, I know you want something that's like gonna work for everybody, but it doesn't work that way, because not everybody is the same.
And you're gonna wanna learn to identify personalities.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna find out that you attract certain personalities. I am so fortunate because I always attract, attorneys.
Doctors,
Huh?
doctors?
Some doctors, mostly analytical people. They're detailed oriented people, accountants, IT people, engineers, and attorneys. Okay, so that's what I usually attract. So they're very detailed oriented, so I know, that I'm going to have to explain everything to them. They are going to know the next step. When I meet with you guys know that I went through, this is what we're gonna do, this is how it's gonna happen. This is what the next step is.
So
Okay,
that's why I like you the best.
so I'm kinda, you know, it's not that I'm an analytical person, I'm a big picture person. But I pay attention to details when I have to. So if you read my KPA, it will tell you that. Okay, so you need to know your personality. You also need to know how to identify different personalities. So that you know how you're going to deal with that person. Okay, and if your personalities don't mesh,
It's gonna be hard.
refer them to somebody else in the office that will fit their personality. Okay. So
That's so we can keep them in-house.
well, yeah, and you make
get a
money.
referral.
Yeah, you get the referral. So you don't wanna hand them off to, oh, I didn't get along with you. You go find whoever.
No.
Let me find somebody. Hey, Lacey, I need you to contact this person
Mhm.
to go take care of them for me and give me a 25% referral fee.
Yeah.
We don't mesh, okay? So if you're a, you know, if you're a high I personality, or if you attract a high I
Do
personality.
you just know this from your years of doing it?
Mhm.
That's how you figure
And I
it?
do a lot of KPAs,
What's that?
personality assessments.
I was gonna ask you.
Do you get them off the website?
Well, we have a KPA thing now,
Well, let's see.
so if you wanna do a KPA, get with Jan. She will send you the KPA. And it takes you 55 minutes to complete it. And you go in and do the KPA, and then you and I sit down and I verify your KPA. And we talk about what your personality is.
Right, that'd be interesting to find out.
It's pretty cool.
If you want to do that, just get with Jan and let her know, and she can go in and she'll send you, the link for the KPA. And then we'll go in and verify KPAs. But it also helps me know how to deal with you.
Right,
Okay, on what your personality is, so,
and how to take me and how to not take me.
yeah.
And
So a lot
learning is
of,
in on that, right?
you know.
Learning,
huh?
the way we learn is in on that too, right?
The way we work?
The way we learn things, because people learn differently.
Yes,
So whenever you know our personality, you know how to communicate with us and how we learn.
Yeah.
Which helps a lot.
yes, yes. Yeah. And I will say, not everybody is created equal, we are not all the same. There are different things that make people tick. And a lot of times our experiences in our past have a lot to do with the way that we think and what we think and how we do it. And having done what I have done for all of these years, I had to learn different personalities. And I've had to know that, you know, like with you, Maria, I cannot come straight at you.
No, I don't,
Okay.
out of my personal space.
Now with Ken, I can be a little bit more blunt. Right. Because she doesn't really have time for all the frilly stuff and the.
See, that gives me ideas.
She doesn't want me to come at her sideways. She
Yeah,
just wants me to come straight at her. Okay,
I have a lot more respect for that, yeah.
now with Christine, it depends on the day.
Yes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or
So,
Friday.
so in other words, she's bipolar.
So depending on the day and depending on her mood when she walks in the door,
You know,
depends on whether I'm gonna go straight at her or if I'm gonna go at her sideways. I'm not a sideways person. But you have to do both too. So you've learned different personalities.
I like that though. How can we learn that? What do you know?
KPA.
We'll do the KPA,
No,
we'll
I'm
go
talking
through the
I'm talking
KPA.
about for working with other people, or if I need to pass them on to somebody.
Like have-
Oh,
You'll
oh,
know.
baby, you'll know.
You'll know.
Oh, my God.
She's like,
You'll know.
You will know.
You get off the phone and you go, I ain't dealing with you no more.
Yep.
Right, okay.
You'll know.
You will know.
I
But
sometimes
then-
know just talking to them for the first time.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
then who you know to
Option, I
refer
know.
them to, then, you know, you gotta try to match.
Somebody you
them
don't
up.
like.
That's why
probably.
you come into the office and you learn the people that are here and their personalities, so you know who to hand them off to. But you come to the office and learn your coworkers.
Yes, Christine, my little sister.
Did you get that?
I know I'm coming in.
Did you get that?
I could do this.
She's like, you do this.
Boy, babe, tries to be our mama sometimes.
Okay, hear me now.
I am the mama. Okay, after all that, does anybody need chocolate?
Yes,
I
I'll
have-
take that.
I have Reese's, I have M&Ms, and I have Mounds. You want a Reese's?
Oh, now they're my favorite, but I want peanut butter, which is weird. I'm glad I don't-
Thank you.
You've been in the office when I was here, maybe, but we moved here in the summer. And then, I don't know, I moved in a house where we were living for the last 6 years, so I just transferred my license. It's kind of some, yeah. We're just getting started.
And she's opening up a,
And
outdoorsy type of place over in, in Kimberly City.
Yeah, so hunting, fishing, clothing, guns, knives.
They have a
big
store,
stuff.
like a
yeah,
retail
like
store?
that.
Okay, gotcha. I was thinking, I'm like, are you going to land
Or-
fish? I don't understand what that means.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Honey
she's,
cabin.
Yeah.
she's opening up a spot over in Kimberly City. I think I saw it.
Where are you
Yeah,
gonna be?
probably. Do you know where Running with Scissors is? So it's called Running with Scissors. It's a hair salon.
Mhm.
It used to be a vacation. It was our fun rentals place. And then there's the sign store and then there's the bakery.
Okay.
And there's that drive-through Duckies.
I know that.
Okay, so it's just down the.
So it's,
Gotcha.
yeah, it's just north of there, in the white
Yeah.
building.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got Ducky's and then you got Simply Baked by Chandler.
Yeah, so
Yes.
we're at
And
the other.
then there's the white,
Mhm.
little strip mall
Yeah.
thing. And then she's.
Or the second to the. They're going from that week to the last, second to the last, so there's just one. It's gonna be M&H outdoors. We haven't got the signs up yet. Hopefully, a couple months will be able.
Well, my husband is a hunter,
Mine
a
too.
bow hunter mostly,
Mhm.
but he does all that, but.
Yeah.
So, and so we
doing
always
it.
like this.
Oh, yeah. I love it. My parents own a pawn shop in Joplin, so we've grown up in it. Our whole lives, so. we're excited.
Okay,
Thank you. I'm taking my steps right now. I'm trying to learn these people. Where are you from? Are you from here?
Well, I'm from Missouri, yeah, we have a farm in a couple of places north of Springfield. That's been my primary address, but we bought, about a year ago, we bought a condo down here. So,
So you didn't live down here until then, right?
no, my mom lived in Rockaway and we had, before we got the condo, we had a lake house in Forsyth. So I'm familiar with the area, more this side than the Branson West side. And, but we still have, my youngest son, he's a senior in high school, and I promised him I'd never change schools or nothing, so. I stay down here, like this week, there's something going on every day, so I'm gonna stay down here all week, which I'm okay with that because.
You need a
last week
vacation.
was- I do, I kinda need a break. A little bit.
so the sales meeting is Wednesday,
Yes.
our guest,
Documentation tomorrow. too.
yes, contract compliance is tomorrow.
Or yeah, contract.
Deb will be going over all the new forms and everything like that in the morning. Wednesday is the sales meeting. Carolyn and Boss and I will be talking about what needs to be in your real estate toolbox. That is in your car. These are things that you need to always have in your car and take with you at all times. And then Thursday, we will be back here to talk about sellers. Listings, how to go get sellers, how to comp a house, how to stage a house, how to do all of those good seller things. And then I don't think I have anything on the schedule for Friday.
There's a calendar Maria has right there somewhere.
Maverick top 100.
You don't have anything going
The Maverick, that's what I wanted to ask you about,
11:30
is that?
to 1.
Maverick Top 100 is a invite only,
Yeah,
so it is.
it's one of them highfalutin things.
It's,
Yeah,
Like you have to sell so many.
you have to be in the top 100 of the greater Heartland region.
Okay.
I asked Jen this morning and she said that she can broadcast it in here maybe, and we can sit on or not.
If she says you can, then you know something I don't know.
Well, she wanted to check with you because she wasn't sure exactly what it was about, so that's why I'm.
Well, it's actually for the top 100 agents,
Okay,
and it's supposed to be,
Top secret stuff.
Zoom type of thing.
Right.
And you have to be in the top 100 within the book. It's invitable.
But don't we need that information so we can get to the 100 top?
Well.
does the
this
market
is-
center consider?
This is given, they're doing it as a region, to give the top 100,
A bonus?
A special,
Yeah.
so congratulations, you're the 100 top.
to make it into the
Okay.
top 100. So, when you get in the top 100, then you'll be invited.
Yes, ma'am.
So
I'll
it's,
be looking
it's
for
a,
that.
it's an invite only type of thing. They have a guest speaker coming in to talk motivational stuff and that kind of stuff. So,
You mean like this, do you have your glasses on? Like this one right here, you have to be invited.
ALC, yeah, ALC is the, Agent Leadership Council, so you have to be in the top 20%. Of the office, to be, on the Agent Leadership Council. You know, these people come in and we have a meeting about what we need to do as far as culture and making the office better and so it kind of gives everybody.
Just
a
tweaking the
voice.
business and
Huh?
tweaking the business and getting ideas from
Well,
people.
tweaking the office, tweaking the
Yeah,
business,
business.
what
The
do
office.
agents need, what do we need to do for them?
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
that kind of stuff.
Will you have anything in regards to the meeting on Wednesday after it, like what, when you're 12 o'clock, I think we're dropping something out others. Not doing well, so.
I'm sorry.
She hasn't really run for it. It's too well, I didn't know.
Oh.
Didn't go over there, she called her and called her, and then didn't tell anyone, so no one knew. Yeah, it's a mess. And just all one month and both ones, and it's.
Are they pulling the water out of her lungs?
Yeah. But she's on 80% oxygen right now, and she has a DNR and a DNI, so once she gets to 100, there's nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I know.
Well, we will be broadcasting it. If you need the Zoom link, just let Jan and she'll send
She
you
usually
the,
sends it out.
the Zoom link and then you can watch it. You can also, go on the private Facebook page, it'll be on there.
Okay.
So we recorded and it should be on there.
Oh,
So,
that's,
I will say that, Lisa, is starting on Thursday, so we are getting a new front desk person.
An addition,
No,
A new front desk.
addition to who?
no, you're not talking about Jan's.
Jan's not. front
No,
desk
no,
right
no.
now.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. Oh, we never had one, have we? Or not
Yes,
since I've
we
been-
have several, but.
Not
the
since
last
I've been
one
here.
was-
Oh, okay.
Since.
I didn't know there was
Yes.
a position. I didn't know there was such a position.
Yeah.
I've been, I haven't
Just been filling in the blanks.
marketing it. I kind of, I've kind of learned in the past that, God provides and he will walk in the right person at the right time for me.
So he did that?
He did. He walked her in last month. She came in to, talk about getting her real estate license. And I said, oh my God, you have sparkle.
Yeah.
And the conversation went from there. So, so she will be starting on Thursday, so please welcome her.
What's her name?
Lisa.
Nisa.
She's gonna be helping with all the onboarding. The different marketing, we're gonna get her, and she can have a little bit of patience with her, she's never been in.
Is she still gonna get her real estate license?
Well, she's supposed to be doing the online school.
Okay.
So she may be getting her real estate license. When I interviewed her and I talked to her, yes, I want you to go ahead and get your real estate license. Yes, I want you to go ahead and do the school.
So we
thing.
might lose her. She might be really good and we'll get used to her and we'll lose her, what I was thinking.
And what happens?
Moving on to the next one.
Well, I won't say that, but I can also say kind of that, a lot of people who do come work for us stay.
Right.
Okay, so she may figure out that, you know, she actually
Right,
wants
that's
to
what-
work
that's her
at the
fit,
front
yeah.
desk versus
Right.
going and being an agent, so,
And either way, she'll probably stay with us.
yeah.
Or she could work with us and do it at night, like real estate.
Well,
See, look,
like,
see, her wheels are turning more than mine.
the only problem with that is I can't actively have her doing real estate because if she is up there answering the phone, helping agents,
Yeah,
that kind of stuff, I can't blend that.
Oh,
Because
why?
then because she's answering the phone and she could be taking away your lead.
Yeah,
You could be on full duty.
exactly.
And
but
somebody.
they're trustworthy and honest.
No.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what if they just like her, but they're just like, I want that other, girl," you know, it just, yeah. I could see how that would be. You know, you don't want no competition.
So I can't, you
I'm
know,
just joking about that part, but.
so if she does wanna go get her real estate license, if she does wanna sell real estate. I support that wholeheartedly. But I also think that she is a very good fit for being upfront. And possibly moving her real estate career that way. So we're gonna explore it. And we're gonna find out. And if she is kind of young. So, you know, the experience in learning real estate, learning how the business operates and all that may help her later on down the road. So, you know, I'm not gonna say, you know, she's gonna come in here and 6 months later, she's gone. That's not the plan.
Right,
Okay. So,
that's what I was wondering.
so that's not my plan.
Right.
So we'll see. So she will
You're
be
gonna give her
starting.
some of them subliminal messages there. You're to work your magic on.
You took my thought, I wasn't gonna mouth it.
Voodoo. Voodoo, yeah.
Monica, do you?
I'm gonna shut up now. Way too
It's
easy.
not voodoo. I am one to plant a seed.
I know it's not voodoo. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Decide to water that seed.
That's right, and
And make it.
I'm right there
sprout.
on board with you, and I can see right where you're looking. I just was giving you a hard time there.
So did you
I
do
do
it? Did you do a KPA on her,
On who?
on the one you hired?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, I'm just asking for future.
Oh, yeah, we set a process.
I'm gonna get jealous. I think she likes her a whole bunch, doesn't she? She likes her more nice.
Nah.
Well, one of the first things I do when I hire somebody is a KPA. If
Yeah,
you want to do a
okay.
KPA and we have not sat down and done a KPA,
Fixing to
go
do it.
talk to Jan. Jan
Yeah,
will get
I
your
don't-
email
I got the.
and we will sit down. I love to
Get
know.
my brain.
Almost as much as numbers, right?
Almost.
Well, see, like you were talking about, like the person might take the lead instead of giving it to you or whatever, you know, at the front desk. I just go by Abraham.
Most agents
He
aren't gonna
ain't
wanna sit at that
blocked
front desk and be the
everything because that-
receptionist
because
anyway. They're
why?
gonna have stuff they gotta do like closings and everything else, and they're not gonna be available for that kind of time.
That is.
Well, here's the problem. I have 173 different personalities that I have to deal with.
Yeah.
And they're not all like yours.
And they all don't think like you.
I know.
Well, when is she gonna have time to
I'm just
drum
giving you
up
a little
business and to
insight.
do closings? and
I'm giving you a
list
little
things?
insight before we do the KPA.
Okay.
That's all.
All right, guys, thanks for coming. I appreciate all of you. Hopefully we will see you later on in the week.
Throughout their whole life.
Hopefully, you're gonna see me around, you're gonna get tired of me.
And my husband's.
I took a layoff for that.
You've been gone a while.
Honey, I don't go back to work till March the 1st. And if this is rolling, I'm not going back. I already told my daughter.
Okay.
You got to find someone else if my real estate is, if I can focus and get it done. So I'm just like, take care.
Well, that would be awesome.